Lord time. It's Zeke Day. Because why not? There's no real plan. We're just kind of hanging out, as the mission title states. An angel's day out. We're just hanging out. If people show up, cool. If they don't, cool. We'll see where things take us. Yippee! As soon as screen transitions. Whoa, hey, I forgot that I did a recording a bit back. Oops. Time to screen correct. There we go. I feel like going out and stretching my wings a little bit today. Perhaps even my legs a little bit. Even. Oh, of course mine is the bottom one. Where did I get all the cooked bollocks mushrooms? Where did those come from? At any rate... I do not have much in terms of a plan. I am not as adventurous as Dakota or Abaddon. I tend to keep to a safer distance. That is incredibly disrespectful. What, we keep telling the captain to stop blocking the doorway, so he blocks it even further? Incredibly disrespectful. I did not even mean to descend. I will have to right the captain. Unless he decides to be out and about. Seriously, there are other places you can put that isn't directly in the path. Like perhaps near the flagpole where there's already a bunch and there's not really a lot of traffic through there. And why does it always look like there's more slime than was actually created? Oh. Don't tell me. Oh yes, of course. He's even blocking this door. How incredibly doltish. It is even covering the bridge. I'm beginning to think his issues might run a little deeper than amnesia. A lack of consideration for others, certainly. There are better places to store stuff that is detrimental to the citizens' health. I may have to stop by the office and claim a book and write him. Because there is only so much disrespect that I will tolerate towards others. And blocking safe passage is not right, to say the least. And I do believe a multitude of us have asked him to stop that. I've also been considering adding more to my notes. Oh. Not these notes. Why am I still carrying this around? I may have to make a pit stop at the hideout later and put it away. Oh yes, I've also been busy enchanting. It is not as good as I would like it, but it is certainly passable. I have also made a book containing potion recipes. In the off chance that I need to teach somebody how to make them. It is quiet. A little too quiet. Did I perhaps pick a bad time to come out and stretch? It is quite possible I did. A zombie villager? Fascinating. I could perhaps use that to practice my healing of others. No, necromancy is forbidden. I may be my own person, but there are certain arts that not even I will turn to. Now let me fetch a book. I may take a pit stop at the Nether to acquire more brewing materials. Where does he leave his... Ah. I will actually write this elsewhere. Writing an irritated letter in an attic is not exactly something I would like to do. Even you are awfully quiet today. Thank you, strange noises from the void. At least I know you will provide me with something of interest. Most of the time. Strange. Very strange noises indeed. Clearly the sound of a horse galloping, but no horse or rider around. Very strange. I will write in my usual spot, I think. Dear the Captain, per the multiple requests from Abaddon, Dakota, myself, and likely others, I must formally request you find another location to deposit your the results of your cleanup. Preferably, instead of jamming the paths with the strange radioactive gunk that is severely bad for people's healths. Preferably instead of jamming the paths with the strange radioactive gunk that is severely bad for people's healths, you should actively repair them and deposit the gunk elsewhere. Not the void or where you may store your collected garbage, per se, but somewhere that isn't the walls of Elysium. This... This is the final request. Hello?
Oh, hello?
Ah, the one made of stone.
Uh, yes, am I missing somebody around me?
Well, across the bridge there is an angel sitting under the tree.
Oh, okay. Hello, the angel then. Not angel, but the angel.
Correct. I am Ezekiel. I do not believe we've met.
Hello, Ezekiel. I don't think we have either. I've heard mention of you a couple times, but uh, how goes your day?
It would be going marginally better if the one in charge of cleanup would not be jamming the paths.
And I wish that he would allow others to actually help. But that is a whole ordeal, I suppose. To formally introduce myself, I'm Citadel, Sir Citadel, Dame Citadel, etc.
A pleasure.
Likewise. Just making my way over to the enchanting table there. Suppose I will catch you around. Let me know I don't know, if there's anything I can assist you with.
I am not certain off the top of my head if there is anything that I need assistance with, rather. Given I have a very capable warrior as a vessel.
Dakota is quite impressive.
However, I extend the same courtesy to you. I am a very adept, a very adept listener, very capable of brewing potions and enchanting myself.
That is quite a skill that I don't have much of an understanding of. First thing, actually, I do have something for you. I had honestly left some back in the mailbox that you left at my house, but I figure this is as good a chance as any since I have some on me. Thank you for the newspapers, and for your service running them.
You do not need to pay me for them.
I figure as much.
It is simply a courtesy that I offer everyone.
If you wish to refuse it for now, then that is all right. I appreciate the courtesy.
Mm. It feels wrong, especially for me to accept emeralds as payment, given they are a symbol of holiness where I am from.
Oh. That is, that could make it a bit awkward, I suppose. Fair enough.
The better people would be Kota or Abaddon if you did indeed have to pay me for something.
All right, noted. Well, I'm afraid I wouldn't pass it on to Abaddon, because if it's like the last thing, he'd probably pocket it.
Well, that is Abaddon for you.
Yeah, he seems decent enough aside from that.
Yes, a lot of people get the wrong idea about him. It does not help that his demeanor is rather crude.
Honestly, that is refreshing for me to a degree.
Oh?
How do I put it? He chooses not to compose himself. It seems like a lot of people here either don't know how to compose themselves or don't know how to uncompose themselves, and he at least picks how he acts.
That is true. He's very headstrong and prefers a simple solution.
There is wisdom and simplicity at times.
It's... It certainly solves problems, while creating others.
That it can. But then that is probably why you all work well together.
Certainly. I suppose so. May I interest you in some tea?
Oh, absolutely. I didn't know that there were tea leaves here.
Well,
Oh my gosh, you've come prepared.
I've found a few. I basically make it the same way I make the coffee for the coffee shop, except I use leaves instead of beans.
Mhm. That is that is delightful. I cannot think of the last time. Oh, thank you.
Of course. Where is your horse gone?
That's a great question. Captain recommended I keep leads on me, and I forget every single time.
I have located your horse.
There he is.
It is definitely more than ideal to keep leads on you at all times, especially if you're going to be traveling by horse.
Mhm.
We've had an incident already where somebody has lost their horse.
Yes, I'll admit that I have already lost a couple of mine. I've been training a lot of them, and it's not that I don't care for anyone with their health, but I'll admit that I've been maybe more careless than I would like to
A
be.
lead.
Oh, thank you.
There was a spare in the spring cleaning chest.
Well, that is absolutely serendipitous. Let's see. Go find someplace around.
No, Souls, that is not Hans, that is Horf.
Horf the haunts.
Sure. Hor?
I've been running out.
What?
I've,
What are you on about? I said horse and Horf.
Glad to hear that Abaddon's listening in while we talk about him.
It certainly is, as well as the other souls within this lantern.
I'll have to pocket some of these names for later. I have gone through a lot of names and a lot of horses already.
Yes, it would certainly be less than ideal to lose one the way Moth lost its. Fallen
Yes.
into the void.
It was a shame to hear about. I do hope that it's doing alright with name tag, but it was pretty distraught, it seemed.
What are you talking about? The voices are strange today. But anyways, yes, keep leads on hand. Don't lose your horses. Especially do not let the void get them.
Yes. It gets quite too much already. I'll need to remember that. I do have a proper ranch for them, nice, large, fenced-off area where they're safe, but I tend to let them wander around as much as I do once I get off.
It is good for stretching the legs, but also less than ideal when it comes to their safety.
Hmm.
If it
They're
helps,
clever creatures mostly.
there are plenty of fenced-in areas up here to keep at least one in when you're in the area.
That is true. I've used these a couple of times. I probably should have done that, but I wasn't expecting the stopover. Not that it's unwelcome.
Mhm.
It is, in fact, very welcome. I do not remember the last time I've had a nice conversation over tea.
Nor do I. It has certainly been a long while.
It's something that I don't think that many people around here get enough of. Not tea specifically, but just, I don't know, taking a moment. There's simply too much going on, and then people doing too little between it.
That certainly sounds like the haven I've come to know.
It's almost like everybody works on different times somehow.
Certainly. Given it's already been a while after the last major event, it makes me wonder when things are going to get catastrophic again.
That's a grim way of looking at it, don't you think?
Not necessarily grim, as more of a real sense, if that makes sense. We've seen
Fair
it
enough.
before and heard similar tales. Things would be peaceful for a while, things would happen, and then things would get peaceful again. And now that we're in a moment of peace with one of the biggest problems in this world taken care of, it makes me nervous on what's going to happen next.
It can certainly be troubling when there's not a self-proclaimed problem to rally against.
And honestly, most of the time it is centered here.
Hmm.
Maybe it's not so much the world itself, but more this kingdom has some kind of curse over it.
It's it is very unusual. I doubt there has. Oh no, I say this after I'm learning of other worlds and things. I'm sure that I would eat my words. I doubt that there are many other kingdoms that have existed where people return from the dead.
Truly. We certainly didn't have that issue where I'm from, unless, you know, necromancers or liches were involved.
Yes, but those are as in so much as I've heard of them, any kind of magic like that is, well, it's sort of exceptional. It's not common of consideration. Here, I'll admit, I'm mostly concerned with the carelessness with which people treat their own lives and those of others.
Oh, certainly, it is a big issue. Especially when a lot of these people don't even take other people's lives into consideration. Maybe I'm too kind and willing to put others before myself, but
No, you are not alone in that. I think that a number of people here are they let those things get behind. And it's easy enough even when you only have one life to live to let that fall behind, but it frustrates me especially here. I don't see the excuse that some people have to be so self-interested.
tell me about it. I've lived many a lifetime.
I'm sure that both you and Abaddon have seen a great many things unlike anything that I would in this world or any other.
I was one of the first angels, so naturally I got to see the world created and grow, or at least my world.
Oh, I mean that is outright astounding.
Mm-hmm.
As much as Abaddon's being a king of hundreds of thousands of years, I, I'll admit it's uh, hard to comprehend. Not unheard of for me, I suppose, but just it is not the kind of person I've very often shared tea with.
It is funny that he keeps describing it as if he was a king of hundreds of thousands of years. He only ruled lust for 10 years.
Oh, well,
Was it even 10 years? That was forever ago, I don't accurately remember. He was very quickly overthrown, I know that much.
I'll admit that I think that I was assuming that he spent so much of his life in that role, but that shows about how much I know about demonic politics.
He was a prince for a while. His father decided to retire because running a kingdom was boring, and thus passed it down to Abaddon, who didn't rule long because people didn't like his leave the mortals alone policy.
He seems relatively, well, content to mingle with mortal folk now.
Hmm. Um, we're probably interpreting it that different ways. Abaddon is an incubus. What are concubi simply known for?
Or, well, I imagine we both have an idea of it.
Yes, certainly, and unfortunately for me. They used mortals as basically a power supply, and then Abaddon coined the idea of, why don't we just take our actions and give ourselves unlimited power? A lot of people actually liked that idea, but one person in particular did not, and overthrew it.
Hmm. Trying to make changes in any kingdom in any world is a dangerous affair, I suppose.
Certainly. He is, as Dakota would say, the guy of all time.
Oh, certainly. I am. I don't. This place so often takes the words from my breath. I I don't know. I'm not surprised at being surprised anymore, I suppose.
No, that's very fair to say. I am learning new things about this place every day that also don't cease to surprise me.
Mhm. I won't say that it's a surprise to meet somebody who's well, good company to keep and talk with, because I try to assume the best in others generally, but I am still well, I am still pleased by how this little trip to the Enchanter went.
Certainly. What did you need enchanted?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I just had a few extra levels, so I was considering trying a couple of books.
I suppose that is fair.
I've been recently constructed a dojo along with Kelsey. The training ground there is very good for collecting levels for enchanting. I may not know exactly how it works, but that has helped me to get a much better set of equipment. I'm certainly more comfortable now than what I had thrown on during the war.
That is certainly fair. We mostly just found our resources.
Where does one find them, if not by banking them?
Often than not, the ruins of Haven.
Hmm.
I found my trident in ruins. Dakota found his armor in a hidden safety bunker at Kennedy.
Perhaps I have been a bit too tied down. I might have to take some looks around. I don't know. I've already done a bit of that in the Nether, and I'll admit that I worry that I may have been plundering the pigmen more than actually finding things that weren't in use.
Hmm.
The king encouraged it, and Abaddon encouraged it, but it is a strange set of contradictions.
Would it really surprise you that 2 demons encouraged bad behavior?
Maybe this place really is wearing my common sense thin.
To be fair, I wouldn't blame you exactly. I mean, Abaddon does act strangely for a demon.
I'm much more used to folks like August, demon kin, rather than, I suppose, full-blooded demons.
We used to deal with them all back home.
Hmm.
Speaking of the Nether, though, I've been meaning to go back. I need to get more blaze rods.
There are a handful of fortresses accessible.
Mm-hmm. I know where one is. I made a torch path there.
Would you like an extra sword on that journey?
I wouldn't oppose it. Though I see a certain someone is online, and I might need to have a discussion with them.
Well, I could probably, if it's to the Nether, I could probably do with getting some different supplies anyway, so why don't I meet you at the portal later whenever you're ready?
Certainly. I will see you there.
See you there.
Now, where is the captain? I'm going to leave this here for now. I should name it first. So that the captain doesn't think it is trash, though there is likely no guarantee that the captain will even read it. Go over it one more time. Dear the Captain, per the multiple requests from Abaddon, Dakota, myself, and likely others, I must formally request you find another location to deposit the results of your cleanup. Preferably instead of jamming the paths with the strange radioactive gunk that is severely bad for people's healths, you should actively repair them and deposit the gunk elsewhere. Not the void or where you may store your collected garbage per se, but somewhere that isn't the walls of Elysium. This is the final request I will make. Abaddon and Dakota will not be as kind as I am being. Ezekiel Celeste. I think it is apt and to the point. I do not know. Somewhere that isn't blocking paths, at least. Like, quite literally. This path is gunked up yet again. And then over here, some of his collected gunk is actually blocking a path. Like, seriously. I thought I saw him out of the corner of my eye. There he is. What happened to his face? And his arms?
Oh shit, hang on.
What? Is this one of those ever-elusive Haven hallucinations? Or is the radioactivity from the gunk starting to get to me?
I forgot I had that on. Da-dee-da.
The captain...
Hi. Hi.
May I inquire as to why you think it is a good idea to block the paths despite multiple people asking you to cut that out?
I'm trying to get it away from the paths.
So you get it away from the paths by putting it in the path?
No, like the big main ones.
They're all big main ones. And honestly, I generally do not think it is very wise to be keeping the gunk within the walls of Elysium.
Where should I put it?
Somewhere that isn't the walls of Elysium? I don't have all the answers. There are plenty of abandoned islands.
Okay.
I'm just simply trying to understand the logic. I'm not trying to be rude or question your ethics or anything. It's just getting mildly annoying when a few of us have asked you multiple times to stop and it's still happening.
I need to get it all gathered up first. Like there's still all in the dirt, and then it can be moved because then it's easier because it's all in big piles.
Generally speaking, wouldn't it be more... what's the term? More effective, more efficient to collect it and then move it and then collect more? Because you're just making essentially more work for yourself by collecting it up and leaving it for later.
I don't know.
I'm just simply trying to give suggestions. You're free to go about it as you please, but do not be surprised when people who have asked you multiple times to stop start banging on your door with metaphorical pitchforks and torches.
Okay. Yeah.
If you need assistance, there are people willing to help.
I'm okay. I can do it.
But can you remember to stick to that?
Yes.
Just in case, I have left a written reminder in your mailbox. It is not a pile of sludge like Abaddon did, for the record.
Okay.
Though he only left one, it was weird that there was multiple. And he only left the one because he found it in Dakota's mailbox.
I'm not putting it in anyone's mail.
Do you know anyone who would be?
No one else is supposed to be touching it.
Strange. Would you be mad if I at least cleared the bridge that was made to connect Elysium? I'm not going to move it all, just 2 blocks. 4 blocks. 5 blocks? 5 blocks.
What bridge?
Oh, there's a dark oak bridge over there. Ow. This dark oak bridge, right here. This one.
Right. Yeah.
It's just 5 blocks. You don't have to move all of it. have you been sleeping?
I think so.
That is not comforting. Especially given that one seems to be targeting you. Never mind.
I don't think they really care who they hit.
I have rested recently, so I am unsure why they're appearing. You should probably take a break. Granted, not right now because it's about to be daytime, but...
There are red ones sometimes. They appear in the day.
Yes.
Like that one.
I am aware. Oh, there it goes again. I really hope that did not go into the void. Here's your arrow. I think it went into the void again. Be right back. This is why you make backups, kids.
Again?
Okay, the first time happened, I thought it would come back. Apparently that's only a thing that happens in Bedrock.
Yeah. Do you want to know another thing that happens in Bedrock that I'm so glad doesn't happen in Java, because I will be screwed?
What?
If an ender pearl hits the void, you teleport into the void.
Oh, that's hilarious, actually.
I know, and I'm so happy.
Oh, this is gonna have to get edited out, but that's fine.
I would be competing with August for most deaths if that was in Java, I swear.
While we're out of character, you know what is in Bedrock that I kinda wish was in Java? The ability to light things on fire using fire aspect books.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, in Bedrock, you can use the book itself on candles and campfires, and it will ignite them.
Oh, that's really cool.
You can also do that with anything enchanted with fire aspect.
Yeah, I like that. That's really cool.
Anyways, it... anyways. I will leave you to clean up. I'm gathering potion materials.
So you just want it
I just...
out of Elysium?
Well, no, I can go wherever I please. If I wanted to leave Elysium, I would.
I mean, you want this out of...
Oh, no. This path is fine. Just... I mean more so like that path over there towards the disco, or the one over there by the fantasy Costco. Those paths are not very smart to block. Neither is the gate, particularly.
Trying to clear it out of the gate.
By blocking the other paths? I'm just simply trying to understand the logic here.
So you just want it out of Elysium, yeah?
I mean, if I wanted... the place I'm going, I can go up to the highway to get to, but... I just simply came over to ask why you were blocking paths. Again.
I'm not blocking them,
I just asked you to move more blocks that was fixed on the bridge that... I feel like I'm explaining this in a way that does not make sense to others, but makes clear sense to me. Like, those 5 slime blocks that I had you move before. They were blocking the safe passage from the gate to the business area. But now that they're moved, there's a bit more of a clear path there. Whereas over there, by the tree, and where the Moth Memorial used to be, there is gunk blocking both the entrance to the farm and the entrance to the business area. That wasn't there before. Or was there before it got cleared out and then put back?
No, I didn't clear it out.
I was under the impression you had finally taken the advice of not blocking the path.
I'm not trying to block the path. There's just nowhere else to put it while I'm clearing the paths.
There's a big empty space outside of the walls to do it, like... Hang on.
But it's not meant to be anywhere near.
It's not meant to be in the kingdom walls either. In fact, inside the walls is more dangerous than outside.
Everyone keeps telling me different things.
Who keeps telling you to put it in the walls?
No, they're telling me to get it out of the ground, so I'm getting it out of the ground.
We're telling you to get it out of the kingdom.
I mean, nobody should be in here anyway because it's in the mud, it's in the dirt, and it needs to get cleaned out.
Most of us live here, including you. If you want a more ideal place to put it, why don't you put it in the ruins of Downwells? Now, of course, this is a suggestion. Of course, you can find anywhere else to put it. But inside the kingdom walls is not a good place to put it.
Okay.
I wish you luck with cleanup. I have things to attend to.
Okay.
Why do I get the gut feeling that that was in one ear and out the other? Why do I have a feeling that Koda or Abaddon are going to be next to see that the mess has gotten worse, track the captain down, and smack sense into him? I know Abaddon at least will. I just don't understand the logic. Do any of you understand? Abaddon, do you understand? In what universe would you take the mess and put it in the way? I might need an alternate pickaxe. But who would be giving him unclear instructions? Who would keep telling him to put it inside the walls? I doubt it's Crozel. Crozel is locked up, and I don't necessarily think the captain has been visiting him. We have seen that the captain does not always act in logical ways. And frankly, his condition is getting worse. I mean, it is true. The captain is an amnesiac. Could be some of his hallucination buddies. I suppose in a way that would make sense. If I recall correctly, his hallucinations have told him to do rather heinous things before. Where? Golden Freddy would absolutely tell someone to gunk up the roads? Who is Golden Freddy? I am sorry, Voice of the Lantern, that your grandmother is in the hospital. Is there a hospital in there? I wonder if there is a little civilization within the Lantern for the souls to gallivant around. Out of character real quick, I'm sorry that happened to you, Coma. Yeah, I'm sorry that happened to you. If I don't respond to it, it's nothing personal. I'm trying to do Minecraft roleplay. Thus is the power of voice acting. Anyways. Where was I? Oh, yes, the captain and his hallucinations. I keep hearing them. Where are they? Oh, it seems some are over there. Ah, Citadel. I wonder if there's enough material in there that I can make another pickaxe, one that isn't Silk Touch. Better question, better hope. Hello again, Citadel. I think you were getting assaulted by a zombie.
Just a bit. Place is still a bit out in the open. It's not quite a hub for travel, is it?
Well, I don't think it is. I don't exactly know how Lux would feel about someone building a hotel on top of his spawn.
True enough. Seems to have meaning for him. Well,
I need to check to see if we have materials in the storage facility before I go in. I only have a Silk Touch pickaxe. I missed. I suppose it can stay over there. I'm going to make a pickaxe quickly that isn't silk touch.
Very well.
Just... Anyways, how have things been on this end?
Relatively quiet, just a bit exciting at night, no more than usual.
Ah, I see.
It is... For the most part, it's quite quiet here still.
It does not look like anyone has gathered any wood. That's alright, I can get wood inside.
There are 15 sticks in the junk chest outside the portal.
Oh, excellent, that will suffice. I suppose I could also break some of these dead bushes.
Sure.
But if there are...
I've got the sticks.
Oh, okay.
I just dropped those into... There we go.
Thank you.
Sure thing.
I had a talk with the captain about the gunk situation.
How did that go for you?
Well, apparently he's receiving mixed signals. Somebody is telling him to leave it inside the walls.
That can't be good.
It most certainly cannot. Why do you keep staring at the little zombie piglin?
Oh, it's just, it ran out of the portal some time ago, and it's just been here since. I don't know, I feel bad for what happened to them.
Their constitution is not exactly built for the overworld.
No, and I worry it was my fault it made its way through the portal, but...
I don't think you can blame yourself for another creature's actions.
Perhaps. All I can do is try to be better.
After all, I don't think you are the type to physically puppet people around.
No, very much not.
Uh-oh. Wait, where did... I heard it connect. Where did it go?
Took care of it for you. Oh, there's that. Hells.
Hang on, I'll be right back again.
Uh-oh.
Apparently
Oh, no.
tridents also burn up in lava, even loyalty ones.
Oh,
I'm learning new things about Java that prove it's inferior to Bedrock.
Fortunately, I can never agree because I'm on the redstone train, but I feel your pain.
Wouldn't have this issue in Bedrock. I'd throw it into the void, it'd come back. I'd throw it into lava, it'd still come back.
Adds this to the list for Dove.
Honestly, I just might ask Dove just to make a unique version. of Zeke's trident so that it doesn't burn in lava. Just need to learn how to do pixel art so I can do that. Anyways, right, blazes.
Okay. I will follow your lead if you have a place in mind to engage them.
Going to pretend that that version of order doesn't exist. I don't know why it just got stuck here. What is going on with Java this strange Monday afternoon? Oh, ham. And pork chops.
I was surprised that as many things from this realm seem to be safely edible as there are.
That is very true. There were all matter of strangely edible things in hell.
From the stories I'd been told, I had assumed that demons of hell wouldn't be making their way on ham.
All sorts of strange things can occur in hell. Somebody has apparently been through here and has not replaced the bridge.
There's 2 more Hoglin heads for the collection.
There are a lot of Hoglins in the area. I feel bad that that one had to take a dip.
I'm more surprised there aren't any hunting parties out here working on them.
Truly. Hell, much like Haven, where weird things happen all the time. So true, Voices of the Lantern.
Speaking of, one of the things that even the king thought was weird.
Mm-hmm.
Running across here with soul speed still causes my screen to zoom in and out rapidly.
Oh. Soul speed sure is an enchantment.
So far it hasn't killed me, so I guess it's more useful than not.
Certainly. I missed. These gas really just seem incapable of minding their own business.
Very territorial. Let's see.
Granted, ours were much the same. This bridge was really painful to make. Fortunately, with access to blazes, I was able to make some fire resistance potions and at least not be hurt by the lava. I did have to pluck out many feathers, unfortunately.
Ooh, that does sound awful. Yeah, even though I had a resistance potion that Coda offered before, everything still just sort of smelled like soot and sulfur afterwards.
Why did I make the path so zigzaggy?
Natural paths have a tendency to do that. Oh, and there's 2 gas nests up there.
Oh, they nest here.
Something like that. They, appear repeatedly around those little balls in the sky that have silk and bones and remains in them.
How interesting.
I think I may have gone a different direction, gotten lost from you, but I will go to, I think, the fortress we're heading to.
I've simply been following the torch path.
I think I got off the torch path after the lava bridge. I'll backtrack a bit. There it is, sorry.
The dangling anatomical hearts. Ow. Oh, that is a big one. Perhaps you feel generous in dropping some magma cream. Ah, directly into the lava. How classy. I have made it to the Nether Fortress.
Right, I have just crossed the bridge in the bone yard, so I don't believe I'm far behind.
Excellent. Yeah, you see this order, chat? This one that just decided to randomly appear in my inventory after I collected it. Order. Because I thought it died in lava. It's gone now. Goodbye.
Alright, I am... There we are. I see you. I'll be connecting up with you in just a moment.
Very well.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, somebody has built, containers for them.
That would be me.
Well, I would say that your, diligence is already paying dividends.
Certainly. I try my best to make things as convenient as possible.
We'll give you this. You're much easier to cover than August is.
Well, that's because I've learned self-preservation and not being as reliant on Dakota or Abaddon.
Quite well.
I've learned that I'm able to defend myself without losing my grace here.
I can only imagine that magic is a terribly restrictive thing for an angel even more.
Oh, naturally. There were certain rules that we had to follow, and if we broke those rules, we would lose our power.
You do need food. I collected a bunch of black apples on the way here. Oh, this one made it outside.
I have food on me.
Alright.
I think the worst thing I'm worried about appearing is a sudden wither skeleton.
In that case, I will cover our backs.
I mean, it is unlikely one will appear, but regardless. Oh, that is too many for one angel to handle.
Well, I can take a crack at it.
There are like 6 of them in there.
Make sure to shut the door behind me then.
Excellent. Ooh, gas tiers. I've also been working on, or rather considering opening a potion brewing business. I wasn't sure if somebody else was on that or not.
The only person I've heard mention potions is, supposedly Gawain has a way with them, but I also have not really seen them around. Oh, I just realized there's a little shrine thing there. I don't know if anybody has seen that under the fortress yet.
I believe Abaddon already has. Abaddon took a little trip here with Bird.
Well enough.
56 blaze rods, yeah, I am absolutely set.
Anything else that you need to gather here?
I already have nether warts handy, so I don't think so. Guest tiers would be ideal, but I do not feel like engaging with them.
Let's see if we can catch any on the way. You said something about magma cream earlier.
Oh yes, I got some of that.
Yeah, slimes, right? Oh.
Yes.
Alright,
know-
very well.
With these blaze rods, I can make the blaze powder necessary, as well as, mixing them with plenty of slime that we definitely have lying around. Granted, I don't think I should... I'm definitely not using the radioactive kind.
I'm going to say that doesn't seem ideal for consumption. That could mess with your potions quite a bit.
We've been getting them the intended way, in the slimes that appear around a lower area of our spawn. What does magma cream taste like in coffee? That would likely be a question for Abaddon and not me.
There are a lot of things here that are edible.
I don't imagine it tastes very good.
I haven't seen any here, since the only slimes that I've actually seen are things that came crawling out of whatever Digger Crozil did. But I think I have heard of farmable slimes that can actually produce food.
Well, it's... They don't exactly produce food. Or are you talking about the slime creatures that appeared when Crozul did?
No, Crozils are quite unlike it, but I think in the past I've heard of some varieties of slimes that could be kept as livestock.
Fascinating. There were many a slime creature where we're from. Some were as brainless as the slimes you see sometimes around Haven. Others were sentient. Sentient amorphous creatures. I'm not going to repeat that question, Abaddon. You would have to ask Citadel that question yourself.
That also strikes me as familiar. I bet that there were some kind of slime folk where I came from.
It's likely. What happened to my torch path? Oh, I am a little blind. Are you finding the torch path well? I might go through and make it out of more discernible blocks.
I'll admit, consider this a pressure test by somebody who's not very great at navigation. I did lose it a few times.
Note to self, make it a little bigger. Also make it out of more discernible material, maybe something that isn't netherrack.
Overworld materials do make good markers here. There's no way to encounter them otherwise, then it's a sure way home.
Certainly. Purpur? How am I going to acquire purpur? I don't think anyone here would be willing to part with some chorus fruit. Or a means to grow my own.
Seems the sort of thing that if anybody did have a mind to part with, they may have cornered the market on it already.
Yeah, that is my thought as well. The only person I know with access to chorus fruit is Aster, and I do not think they'd be willing to part with a chorus flower. Or cement stone to grow it.
So those things really are from the end.
I don't know much about this end that people keep going on about. It does compare description-wise to a realm back home we called the Other Side.
I wouldn't assume, well, I can't assume that it's the same thing, but I heard of it back where I was from. It wasn't so much a place that anybody that I knew how to get to, but well, just storybook tale, a legend, that sort of thing. The kind of thing where you're probably better off assuming there's truth to it than not before you get in over your head.
That's fair, I suppose.
Seems like it was real as anything, though. And if the old wives' tale of chorus fruit being from the end is true, then I'm certainly not going to try and pick and choose which things I expect to be real or not.
Mm-hmm.
I have collected a tidy sum of black apples from this.
Black apples are rather well, if I had to give a point towards hell.
I'm still waiting for the other shoe to drop. There is something about a refreshing and healing fruit found in the belly of hell that makes me wonder if it really is safe to eat.
Who knows? I mean,
Well,
we
if
used to
something
eat.
terrible happens, blame Abaddon.
I mean,
He said they were fine.
we used to eat them all the time.
Oh. Alright, that is a pretty good basis then.
The worst that could happen would be, someone being allergic to apples not having a good time, I guess. Are you still lost?
I'm on the path, just some ways behind. Don't worry about me.
If you're certain, I had already made it to the end of the path.
I am known neither for my navigation skills or my speed.
That tracks.
There we are. So I found the path. I am getting back to the edge of this biome, back into the red forest.
Ah, yes, then you are making your way. Why are you mocking me, O voices of the souls? You know I don't have the ability to teleport others. I only have the ability to be really smart and really constructive. And really intelligent.
And very humble.
Yes, but I know what you are insinuating.
Even this should come back around, unless there are multiple torch paths. In which case, oh no.
Don't believe there are multiple torch paths. Unless somebody else went that way and started marking their path. As stated, I will be back through with a bit more of an obvious path.
Oh, there you are.
Oh.
Okay, I'm not far off.
Yes, you'll have to find a way up and then down.
That's the ticket. The path went over the mushrooms.
Yes. And then it'll take you to a path that goes down. Just a forewarning about hoglins. They are back at the mass reproduction. Hello.
Look.
I suppose you're right, voices of the souls. TP could mean multiple things, like a form of tent or that. That is also a good point. That little hole is a good place to deal with the hoglins. Did I lose you again, Citadel?
Oh, I was making my way back towards the portal, but I realized that you were not.
I was.
Oh, you... Oh.
I went ahead. I didn't realize you stopped.
Oh, no, I didn't. I'm just this slow.
I didn't
Sorry.
think I was that much faster. I have tiny legs. Well, not tiny. You know what I mean. I'm short.
I might be tall, but that is more stone to lug around.
I suppose with the way I fall, I would be slightly faster in the air than on foot. Oh, delightful. I have appeared to a claimed ahead.
Ah, what of?
Hoglin.
I have already got, I've also got a handful of those. Do you think Dakota will want it for the museum?
I think he has one already.
That works just as well.
Don't require leather. Quartz is useful. Don't need that grass. Don't need a wart block. I'll at least give the head some class. Well, thank you for your assistance.
I am glad that I was able to help. Thank you for the company. I can't say I'm that eager to go traipsing about in that other world on my own.
It is fair. I do frequently, as do... Well, Dakota does anyways. Abaddon's doing other things.
If there are any other things that I can gather for your potion brewing endeavors, then let me know. I am always looking for things to do, and right now I can't help the city with rebuilding, so...
Yes, the captain can be rather stubborn.
So it seems.
I look very forward to going back and seeing that he still has not moved the stuff out of the path. And is still keeping it in the kingdom walls.
Actually, I do have a question. Do the potions that you make, are those for like, people, or...
Oh, yes, I don't remember completely the restrictions within the kingdom walls. I know that certain potions are not allowed.
Are there any potions of... potions for, like, land or terrain, wildlife? There isn't, like, an ocean potion you happen to know off the top of your head, is there?
No. I know there's a type of potion that requires turtle parts, but we are catastrophically low on turtles.
So it seems. Well,
And I'm not going to be the one to kill the turtles. That is inhumane.
no, I am hoping that I'll be able to put together a new habitat for them soon. Either way.
There's only one turtle in Haven.
That would also prove problematic.
Indeed. Well, take care of yourself, Citadel, and if you need anything, you know where I live.
Certainly. And take care of yourself as well, Ezekiel.
I will
Good to
certainly
meet you.
try. You as well. I would definitely prefer if they were moved. I really hope the captain did move them. After all, I'm not the one he has to deal with. I'm not trying to be mean to the captain. I am simply approaching it in a more calm way than others would. I don't think it's necessarily mean to be a little blunt. I am simply telling it as it is. It is unwise to block paths, and it should not be kept within the kingdom walls. It is just irritating that at least 3 people, I can't speak for others, but at least 3 people have asked that he stop blocking paths. I'm certain others have brought it up as well. It would just simply be smarter to not keep it within kingdom walls. And if it has to be kept within kingdom walls, at least out of the way. Blocking high traffic areas is not out of the way. I still have not found any solutions to Moth's predicament. Please don't! That is not... I know the captain cannot reasonably understand you, but please do not encourage it. If he is not going to keep it out of paths, then he has no right to get mad when people move it. He has no right to be stubborn about it. It looks like he has moved it. An improvement. Very good. Still would be nice if it was moved out of kingdom walls. I hope we can find out who's telling him to keep it in the walls so that they can get a decent scolding. I'm actually going to keep this quartz to myself, but I'm gonna brew a little bit. I've moved some of my brewing supplies to the Monster Museum. It helps now that we have access to the Nether, that we have extra blaze rods so that I can make more brewing stands. I am simply making potions of regeneration. I don't think that should upset anybody. Could also make potions of fire resistance. Do I maybe want to acknowledge Cap? I don't want to be another distraction. I imagine he's dealing with hallucinations right now.